They're not active yet, but the more we work with DNA activation, the more we will get our memory of these times back. There's a part of each of us now, in the Atlantean period, in the Lemurian period. If we're here, it implies that we're also there, because it's simultaneous. When we incarnate, we come in simultaneously into 1,728 different time vectors. So we have 1,728 different selves, and that's if you're just human. That's if you have 12-strand pattern. If you're an indigo, you have lots more than that. Indigos you can look at, some have a 12-strand and another 12-strand. Some have 12, 12, and 12, and some have 12, 12, 12, and 12, with 1,728 that go with each one. Right? So those other selves of you exist right now with you. They're alive in their time frames, like you are, and they're a part of your avatar consciousness. When you get to be fully an embodied avatar, you will know yourselves as all of those selves. Your concept of self expands. You'll realize that, yeah, I had that body form there, I'm manifesting in that body form there, and I have these purposes in this part of my life. You all of a sudden you realize yourself is beyond body form, that has the ability to put yourself into multiple body forms at the same time. So it's a whole new level of revelation of self when you start to get into this space. What's good about this, the fact that we're connected to our other time selves, is we can help each other in times like this. They know, some of them are in more advanced cycles where they're not as repressed as they are here. In the inner earth, we have incarnations in those time cycles. It's a different time matrix, literally, that interfaces with our own, that creates the inner earth time cycles. There are selves of us there. They're the ones that are sending the information to us here to help us to get out of this predicament, because if we get stuck, they get stuck. So there's this huge support system. We can get scared sometimes if we look around and think, God, we're all alone with this, and we're just learning this knowledge, and it's a tiny little group, and there's a whole bunch of groups that are not going to want to deal with this stuff, particularly if they're dealing with anybody on that list that I had up first. If you start to realize that you're not alone here, and you never were, it's really helpful, because you have a support team with you. They're in other time frames, but times aren't far away. They're actually taking place in the same space. The only thing making you separate from your other time selves is the axis on which your particles are rotating. That is it. All right, angular rotation of particle spin allows multiple different reality fields and matter fields to take place in exactly the same space, but be imperceivable and invisible to each other, where they literally pass through each other. So your selves are very close, and it can help to know that. It can help to draw on that. Or if you realize that you're here as part of a team, what would look like a team? If you got all of yourselves into this time continuum, you'd have quite the party. You'd have at least 1,728, and possibly 4 times that, and that would just be you. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I remember, but my first thought was, oh God, I wouldn't want to have to figure out what to wear in the morning.